Spring's a great time to tackle those home improvement projects, and if replacing or repairing your roof is on your list, you don't want to wait until storm season.
No way. Collis Roofing has installed quality roofs for over 20 years and even offers solar energy solutions. And Gary Moser joins us this morning to talk about their mini roofing options. Gary, welcome to Studio 10.
Thank you very much.
Collis Roofing, you guys have been around Florida for a long time. You put on, well, at least you've repaired almost 100,000 homes. If I did my math correctly, that's like 15 houses a day. You guys are a huge company.
Yeah, I think actually I was trying to do the math myself. I think it's closer to 20, but having been in business for over 20 years, we've done an awful lot of work in this area. We're a local company, along with just all the roofing disciplines that you may know: shingle, tile, metal, flat work, commercial work. We've actually sort of evolved into more of a home improvement company. We've kind of seen where our customers have other needs that are similar to roofing, and we're out there and they're right at our fingertips. So we've actually now able to install soffit, fascia, siding, blown insulation, doors and windows, and as you mentioned, helping people with their solar needs.
Pretty much, if you can see it from the curbside, you guys can work on it, right?
Exactly.
Let's talk about that solar resource that you're able to bring people, because I think that's something really new and different, especially in this market for folks who want to increase their energy efficiency in their homes.
Well, and the good news is that technology keeps improving every year, becoming more and more efficient. So there's a number of different options that we can provide for people, whether they're wanting to generate electricity, depending on what percent they really want to get off the grid, as well as just providing, the more common use for heating pool water or the potable water for the house.
You guys have been in Florida, as we said, for going into your third decade. A lot of times after a storm comes through, you'll have all these fly-by-night companies come knocking on your door. Hey, we'll fix your roof for nothing or whatever, and that's not necessarily a great way to go. I mean, you guys have been here. You understand how Florida roofs are different than roofs up north or out west or out east. You guys know Florida roofing and what it takes to make it right.
Yeah, and I think what that means to our customers is that we can provide them a warranty that they can trust. As you mentioned, there's a lot of storm chasers that come into Florida and target those events, and they don't always understand the rules and the codes and the installation practices and techniques that govern those. So, and then
once they're gone and you have a leak develop, how do you get a hold of them? You can't.
A lot of times they're not there to answer the phone.
Yeah.
We look at it like all companies. When we do work with the customer, we have a legal contract, but we look at it more as a written promise, and it's our goal to fulfill that promise.
You mentioned metal roofs, and I have to ask you about this, Gary, because I had one of those one time, and I thought it was the greatest roof I'd ever seen, for one, and two, made the greatest noise when it rained, and three, it's one of the best ways to really feel secure in the fact that your roof is going to probably outlive you.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of the longest lifetime roofs that you can purchase today. And you mentioned the noise. There's ways to deal with that with insulation.
I liked it, but it's good. It was good for falling asleep at night.
Yeah.
Tell us about Collis Cares. There's a part of your website that has the Collis Cares section. What is that exactly?
Well, Collis Cares is pretty much our mantra. We're deeply embedded into our local communities because we depend on them. But it really starts from, within our organization, the way that we treat each other and the way that we work together. We have a lot of multiple family members that work for the company, so we really are a family business as large as we are. And then beyond that, we do continuing work with our communities when it comes to charitable contributions, whether they just be monetary or whether they be installation and providing materials, volunteering and so forth. It's important to us to give back to our community.
Well, being that invested in the community, that really says something about it really contributes to the longevity that you've been able to secure in this area.
Well, and it's a lot of fun too. It's a good way to meet a lot of people, and certainly it helps brand our company, and like I said, it's our intention to give back.
So we've got people watching right now that probably are thinking about it's time for a new roof, or maybe they have something that needs to be fixed. If you are getting your roof replaced, quickly walk us through the process. Once you guys show up, about how long does it take to get the roof installed?
Well, I think we surprise a lot of our customers because an awful lot of these roofs we can come in and be complete in just one day's time. I think
On the whole house?
The whole house.
Wow. What do you have, like 50 guys show up and just start doing that?
Usually 8 to 10.
Wow.
Wow.
Along with some other supervision. We have field supervision on every job.
Yeah.
And I think the customers are impressed also that how orderly things happen and how neat the job is. We look at trying to protect their asset as best we can and treat their property as if it were our own.
Well, obviously, you've got it down to a system. You've been doing it long enough here in the Bay Area, and you can find out more about Collis Roofing by going to our website, studio10.tv, and we have all the information for you there that you see on your screen right now in case you don't have time to write it down. But Gary, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
You probably got a job you get to right now.
Yeah,
don't you?
right?
We've got
Gotta
a few
get going.
jobs to get to.
Back to work.